Hey besties, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Chavi and thank you for tuning in for this video. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button since you're already here. If you are a returning subscriber, I just want to thank you for coming back to see another video. As you can tell by the title, today I am giving you guys my everyday makeup routine, which is pretty simple and a little basic, but I've gotten requests for it. I am also going to be doing like an extended get to know me and sharing some of my personal unpopular opinions, so it should be interesting. I am obviously going to be multitasking, so just bear with me y'all, because I have never made a video where I'm doing my makeup and talking at the same time, so this may be a little interesting, but we're gonna get it done. And I also want to give a disclaimer that some of my unpopular opinions are going to be about hot topics, maybe a little bit controversial, but you know, if you don't agree with my opinion, take it with a grain of salt, take it or leave it. This is just my opinion and we all have a right to our own opinions. But with these topics, feel free to let me know in the comment sections below, you know, what you think, if you share my same thoughts or if you have different thoughts about some of the things that I'm going to be talking about. So yeah, let's get into it. So I have already cleansed my skin with the Fenty cleanser, and I moisturized with the Peter Thomas Roth water drenched moisturizer, which is one of my faves. So my skin is already prepped for my makeup application. I have a mirror in front of me, so if you see me looking in this direction, then I'm just making sure that I'm applying things smoothly. And I also have my phone here to reference any topics or thoughts and things that I want to discuss here. Keep me on track, y'all. I gotta stay on track. So we are starting off with the Tarte Amazonian Clay Foundation, which is a very clean foundation, and of course my foundation brush I'm going to be applying it with. And I typically just put it on my brush and then I start at the bottom of my face and I blend from there. I'm going to alternate between get to know me topics and unpopular opinions. So my first thing first, I get questions on my Instagram about whether or not I am a full-time content creator, and no, I'm not a full-time content creator. That is definitely an aspiration of mine, but currently it is a hobby, it is a passion of mine to create here and on Instagram. Check me out on Instagram, chavi.allie, if you want to keep up with me there. But I definitely in my free time dedicate a lot of effort towards creating here on YouTube and on my Instagram. But I do have a job, I do have a career, and I actually serve active duty in the Navy. I have been in for almost 10 years now, and it's been a journey to say the least. So yeah, that's what I do full time. I am active duty in the military. One day, maybe one day, I'll dive in a little bit more about that, or if you have any questions about my career in the Navy, what it's like, then drop them in the comment section below. So an unpopular opinion that I have, this one, it might be a little controversial, I already gave my little disclaimer, y'all, is about our generation and the younger generation's opinions and perspective about marriage. I'm just going to share my opinion and my perspective about marriage. If you've seen my first video here that is a get to know me, then you would know that I am married and I have just surpassed my 1 year of marriage with my husband. And in my opinion, I think marriage is extremely vital to our community, and on an individual perspective, I value it so much. I think that it's beautiful and it is foundational, a foundational aspect of building a legacy and having a healthy family. I'm talking about healthy marriage though here. I think that our generation and the younger generations have moved away from traditionalism and finding less and less value in marriage. And I think a part of that is because of our own personal traumas and experiences and our own hurt and pain that has caused our views of marriage to be a little bit skewed. But me personally, I value it so much, and I got married because I want to create a legacy, because I want to create generational wealth for generations to come. I want to break generational curses. In my opinion, I see marriage being so beneficial for what I want out of life. And I also really just like enjoy being a wife. I feel like out of all the many hats that I wear, all the roles that I play and I will play in my lifetime, I always saw being a wife as one of those roles, and I really enjoy it. So yeah, that is my opinion. I know people are kind of getting away from the traditional mindset of getting married and then starting a family and things like that, but I always knew that I did not want to be a single mom. And I wanted to have a partner. I wanted someone to be there to show up for me and be present with me on a daily basis. And that is absolutely no judgment or criticism towards single mothers, because once upon a time, my mom was a single mother, so I know what that's like. I saw it with my own eyes, but I knew that I wanted to be wise about my decision to have children, and I wanted it to be as a married woman. So, don't have any kids yet. But I've always kind of had the mindset that I want to set myself up and my children up for success. So yeah, that is why I value marriage a lot. Next, I'm going in with a Tarte Creaseless Foundation, and I'm going to use this to highlight underneath my eyes, highlight and brighten my eye area. And that is how I apply it. I put a little bit on my chin as well, a little on my forehead, to give my face some dimension. And I use a beauty blender to blend it out. And I just dab, dab, dab. The best way that I found that this works from trial and error is to actually dab and not rub it in. I used to be rubbing it in and it would just start to look a little cakey, and that is not what we're trying to do here. We want it to look smooth and flawless, of course. Oh, I also wanted to add to the marriage conversation that, as I stated earlier, my mom was a single mom at one point in her life. So I know that it was difficult, but you know, I have always had a father figure. I had a relationship with my dad, and then my mom got remarried when I was younger. So I did have that marriage as an example. But honestly, I think that it's so important to have multiple examples of marriage. When you don't, you really gotta figure it out yourself. But despite that, I've always felt like getting married was in the cards for me. For sure. Okay, another fact about me, or the way that I think at least. I don't think this is a unpopular opinion. I think this is one that's just more like a tapping into my mindset a little bit more. But it is a controversial topic, which is spirituality and religion. So personally, I am very, very open-minded regarding spirituality and religion. I try to be as unbiased as I possibly can when it comes to practicing, as well as, you know, other people practicing whatever they believe. I would consider myself to be a spiritual person. I would not consider myself to fall under any specific religion or religious affiliation. I consider myself to be spiritual, and this is a journey that I've been embarking on. I feel like more so in the last year. Now, I have definitely had my experiences with religion, specifically Christianity, because I mean, if we're being really honest, a lot of Black people, African American people, have a history or roots in Christianity. So I have had my experiences there. But now I don't consider myself to be a Christian. I consider myself to be spiritual. But nonetheless, because of my experiences with Christianity, I understand it. And at the same time, I think that everyone has the right and should have the freedom to pursue whatever they believe. I think people should be able to practice and pursue any faith they believe without being criticized or put down about it. Or there should be no cynicism behind it, in my opinion. It's a freedom that we all have. So I try to be as unbiased, and I'm just like, yo, let people believe what they want to believe. I think that's where I'm a little bit more of a free spirit or open-minded person. I do have some traditional perspectives. Obviously, I just told y'all what I think about marriage, which is very traditional. But when it comes to spirituality and religion, I think that we should all take the opportunity to, explore without being criticized. So yeah. I just realized that I did not tell y'all the colors that I'm using. So my creaseless concealer is actually in deep, and my foundation is deep neutral. See, I told y'all I'm trying to multitask, I'm trying to do the most, but I think we're doing good so far. Next, I am gonna go in with my Laura Mercier setting powder. This is translucent honey, and I'm gonna set underneath my eyes. We all love this stuff, like, let's be real. I just dab it and tap underneath my eye. I'm a little generous with it. I am generous. I will say that for sure. And I'll do a little in the middle just to, a little highlight. Get the nose as well. See, I'm over here doing my makeup and I'm not talking. But, I mean, my makeup is looking good. My last opinion about religion and spirituality may have been an unpopular opinion, but it was also more of a get to know me. I'm going to just say that it was both. But next, we're going to be talking about Black Girl Who Plants, which is basically like my gardening blog. You know what? Let me move on to the next thing I'm going to do in my makeup routine first before I get into this one. Let me do that. Next, I'm gonna take this NARS. This is also this is a setting powder actually. It's the light reflecting setting powder and the color is Sunstone. I'm gonna use this to set my foundation that I did not put the translucent powder on. And I'm using this powder brush. So it's gonna be these areas. And then I am gonna do a little bit of contouring with this. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Don't judge me. Don't judge me for this one. I have this Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit. Y'all look at it. I've had this for a long time. I've had it for years. And now don't get me wrong. Don't come for me because I know that makeup expires. I know it does. It says 12 months. However, it works perfectly fine. It doesn't break out my skin, but so mind your business. This is what I'm doing. Don't come for me. I've been doing it for years now, clearly. But I don't even know what color this is, but it is the darkest color here. And I'm using this brush and I use it to contour my cheeks, my cheekbones. Like so, my forehead, to give my face some more definition. Blend that out. But yes, as I was saying, Black Girl Who Plants. I have another Instagram, which is my plant blog. And I actually started it before the pandemic, but once the pandemic hit, I really started collecting plants. When I originally created Black Girl Who Plants, it was like just Instagram to showcase my plants because I was like, I'm sure my regular followers on chavi.allie, they don't want to see me posting a bunch of pictures about my plants. Like, that's not what they're here for. So I created an Instagram for Black Girl Who Plants, and at the time, like, it wasn't super popular. You didn't see as many gardening pages and profiles on Instagram. But the pandemic hit, and I'm not gonna lie, the pandemic was one of the reasons that I collected even more plants, and my Instagram just blew up. Like, I unintentionally got to like 5K followers effortlessly, and I wasn't even intending for it to be like, I wasn't trying to be a gardening influencer or a plant mom influencer or anything like that. I'm going in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer right now, and this is in the color Ebony. And I'm just filling in my brows because my brows are microbladed, but I do just kind of fill in to make them a little bit more defined. Back to what I was saying about Black Girl Who Plants. I did not intend for it to become what it became, but it blew up. And I learned a lot. I really enjoy being a plant mom. I am still a plant mom, but not to that extent. For multiple reasons, which I could get into a little bit. It's an amazing community that honestly I miss. I haven't been active on there in a while. And I'm talking about this because I get questions as well, like, where are you? Like, you ghosted Black Girl Who Plants. You forgot about us, sis. You just over there on chavi.allie, you know, posting fashion and beauty content. What about us over here in the gardening community? I'm exaggerating a little bit, but I have gotten a few questions about what happened to Black Girl Plants. And what happened was I moved across the country. I did a cross-country road trip last summer because I had a permanent change of duty station because, like I said, I'm in the Navy, and I promised myself that I would bring as many plants in my car from Maryland to California, and I really tried, y'all. I really tried, but I ended up having to give some of them away because I'd rather give them away instead of them die in my back seat. By the time I made it to California, I think I had like 5 plants. But in Maryland, y'all, I had collected like 40 plants. And then once I got here to San Diego, you know, I'm just like trying to settle in and get comfortable here, and it's a big life change. I'm next going in with the same creaseless concealer, and I'm going to define my brows a little bit with this brush. I'm still a plant mom. I still have plants. Here now in California, I literally have like 3 house plants, and I have about 5 plants on my balcony. And also, when I created Black Girl Who Plants, I was single. I wasn't married. I was in a relationship with my now husband, but I had my own space, so I could be like a crazy plant mom. Like, I could, you know, allow my apartment to become a jungle. But, you know, now that I'm married, and my husband, he appreciates my plant obsession. I even got him into it a little bit. But at the same time, I share this space. I gotta be conscious of things like that, you know? I say all that to say, all that to say that I am still a plant mom. I am just finding my way back into my plant obsession, and I hope that makes sense. But I haven't given up on gardening at all. I just one day hope to have a space, a house, because I live in an apartment. I hope to one day own a home, which we will own a home, and I will definitely have a garden in my backyard, and I want to grow fruits and vegetables in the whole 9 yards. Like, I look forward to that. So I actually meant to do this, but I am going to go in with some more of the Laura Mercier setting powder and just give myself some definition down here as well. A little bit of highlight, just a little bit, not too crazy. Ooh, child. My little memory card ran out of memory, y'all. So, but we're back. We back, and I already blended out this other side. So then I'm gonna go back in with my powder brush, and I just try to blend everything really well, because we don't want any harsh lines. No harsh lines. And also, I'm gonna go back in with a contour and I'm gonna get my nose. Ooh. Blend that out really well too because I don't want to be looking crazy. Next, I'm gonna go in with some blush from this Blink Glow Getter palette. It's a blush and highlight palette, and I'm gonna go with this color, which is Resilient, and this little brush here on my cheeks, up my cheekbone. I'm a blush girl. Gorgeous, gorgeous girls. We love blush. I'm definitely a blush girl. I love to wear blush. I think it just brings so much life to your face and dimension, and who doesn't like pink rosy cheeks? Make sure you blend it really well though. Okay, next thing I'm gonna be talking about, unpopular opinion. Money can buy happiness, y'all. Do y'all agree with me? Is that an unpopular opinion? I think that money can absolutely buy you a level of happiness. Of course, there are other very, very important things in life, right? Money is not everything, but without money, there are a lot of things that you will never have. Like, money is our livelihood, and to pursue it or strive to have more of it, I don't think that it's evil. If you are literally willing to do any and everything for money and you're willing to do immoral things, compromise your personal integrity, then yeah, that's very questionable. Like, that's a problem. But like I said before, there are just certain things in life that you will never have or never experience if you don't have the finances. How can you build a legacy without the resource of money? You know, how can you take care of yourself? How can you take care of your family? How can you build a life worth living? And like I said, it's not everything, because our relationships are very important as well. Our integrity is very important. Our morals, our values, absolutely. But I need money. I need money. Yes, I do. It brings me a level of comfort. It brings me a level of leisure. It brings me a level of rest. It brings me a level of security that I just would not have if I didn't have it. So yeah. And I think all of those things that I just listed are huge factors in my happiness. Because if I'm not comfortable, if I don't feel secure, you know, if I am stressed, I'm not happy. So y'all, I need money. Money, honey. I need money. And it definitely buys my happiness. What about y'all? What y'all think? I know that might be a little, you know, it might be a little controversial. I don't know. Maybe I'm being extra. But what do y'all think? Next, I'm going to highlight a little bit. Same palette. I'm going to do Fearless down here in the corner. Use the same brush, just the other end. And I'm just going to highlight my nose and my cheeks. I know this isn't the perfect brush, but this is a brush that I use and it gets the job done, and people compliment me all the time. So the next thing I'm going to be talking about, it is another unpopular opinion. Y'all, this one might be real controversial, y'all. Okay, this is my opinion. I think that there is no benefit in casual sex for women. There go my traditional views showing again. That's my opinion. I don't think that there are any benefits for women to engage in casual sexual relationships with no strings attached. Now, I'm gonna say, y'all, like I said earlier today, I'm married and I'm very much grown. Even if I was a single woman, I'm intentional about my life. I'm intentional about the people that I allow into my life and their purpose and their role and their effects and the influence that they have on me. So I'm just not a fan of it. And I think that women who are trying to level up, women that see a certain lifestyle for themselves, women who are a little bit more traditional like me, we don't see the benefit in it because we have goals. I'm not speaking from a critical or a judgmental perspective because I'm not going to shun any woman. Like, it's your life. Do what you want to do, honey. But just as my opinion, I wouldn't encourage any women to engage in casual sexual relationships because, one, the way that we're wired, and I just don't think that it benefits us if we have long-term goals of success and stability and marriage and the foundation of having a two-parent healthy household. It's chess, baby, not checkers, right? You just gotta move wisely, in my opinion. And I just don't think that it's wise for women to engage in casual sexual encounters. Hopefully I didn't ruffle too many feathers with that one. Like I said, just my opinion. You could take it with a grain of salt if you don't agree. But that's what I think. That's just what I think. This is pretty much, I'm almost done, y'all. I'm almost done. I have my lash extensions on, so I don't put anything on my eyelids when I have extensions because, like I said, everyday makeup routine. Who trying to wash that off? Like, it's a struggle when you have lash extensions to try to wash off eye makeup. It's just, I don't need all of that. This is basic and simple, like everyday. And if I wasn't talking to y'all, this would have taken me 10 minutes max. But next, we're gonna go in with a lip. I have the Charlotte Tilbury lip liner. It's called Lip Cheat, and this color is Pillow Talk. And I'm gonna line my lips with it. And then I'm gonna go in with the gloss. Completely optional, like you could just do gloss. A lot of days I do just do gloss. This is if I just wanna go the extra mile. And I'm gonna use this Fenty, this is a Gloss Bomb. Okay. Those are the lips. That's the lip look. And honestly, y'all, this look is complete. Normally, if I'm not running my mouth, this would take me maybe 10 minutes max. It's quick. It's not extra. It looks very natural, not overly made up. And yeah, this is what I do when I, want to put some makeup on for the day. Mind you, I don't wear makeup every single day, but this is if I want to wear some makeup. This is my look, and I hope that you like it. But otherwise, I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed my rambling. I hope you felt like you got to know me a little bit better. I hope I didn't ruffle too many feathers with my unpopular opinions. And like I said, you know what? Just my opinion. If you agree with anything that I said, let me know down below in the comments. Like, let's keep the conversation going. And if you don't agree with me, that's cool too. I mean, I would like to hear other opinions as well, or other experiences, or if you want to pick my brain about some other things, let me know down below. But otherwise, I just want to thank you guys for watching this entire video. If you got all the way to the end, you're a real one. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, besties.